Welcome to Iowa's capital city and its signature botanical garden, a climate-controlled oasis for some native plants and others not found in our state parks.
This geodesic dome stands 80 feet tall at its highest point, as more than 600 plexiglass panels maintain control of moisture and temperature. It's something that's important during our state's frigid winters and unpredictable springs.
We'll explore how this 40-year-old structure is reinventing itself for the 21st century with technology and gardening. You'll be hard-pressed to find a banana tree at any of Iowa's many state parks, but it's one of the everyday plants you'll stroll past right here at the Greater Des Moines Botanical Garden. Everything from palms to desert plant varieties to Asian gardens can be found tucked into the corners of this urban dome.
Well, the Botanical Garden is an absolutely essential part of the cultural fabric of this community. We like to say around here that great cities have great gardens, and if you look across the country and you look across the world at metropolitan areas, large and small, they tend to have some association with public green space, and that association is borne out in not only in economic development, but in talent recruitment, and having that cultural amenity in the community as an asset for people to enjoy.
The Botanical Garden is in the midst of phase one of a capital campaign. A $12 million investment that will expand the scope of the facility beyond the recognizable domed conservatory. There will be 7 acres of outdoor gardens, and those could expand as time goes on.
This is a 14-acre property. Most people don't realize that we actually have that much real estate here. So those first 7 acres, including a water garden, a celebration garden, a hillside garden, are really the first steps in seeing out that vision and developing this as a true botanical garden.
Welcome to the Living Wall, a biodiverse lineup of 1,716 plants representing 7 different species suspended in troughs along the wall. It welcomes visitors through the front door and is the only living wall of its kind in our entire state.
Here in the conservatory, the display areas change on average about every 6 weeks throughout the year. There are 2 large exhibitions that take place, one during the summer, which our first summer exhibition is opening here at the end of May and is celebrating the aesthetics of food we eat. It's called Food is Pretty. But the other times of the year, we get the chance to do these sort of dynamic exhibits that might celebrate a particular concept about creating gardens, or in this case, celebrates an art form called kokedama, which is essentially a Japanese word that means string garden covered in moss. Kokedamas are a neat way to sort of think about displaying houseplants. They are similar in concept to what a bonsai might be. Bonsai literally means tree in a pot, and these aren't necessarily trees, and they're absolutely not in pots. It's an interesting sort of aesthetic form to appreciate plants in a sort of suspended environment. There are ways that people can do this very easily in their own home. We'll have those things featured on our blog. So this is something that people can very easily be inspired with to go suspend these things from maybe their sunroom or their kitchen, the window around their kitchen sink.
There are several misting stations that ring the rear of the dome. They not only impact the humidity levels inside the dome, but also keep the temperature from getting too high on sunny summer days. On spring days like today, where the temperature is 72 degrees outside, the temperature inside the dome hovers around 90.
That climate control is essential for most of the permanent plantings, many of which hail from the tropics, a band encircling the Earth north and south of the equator, with mean temperatures above 64 degrees year-round.
A garden is always growing and is never the same from one day to the next. And so we really want to create and craft that relationship with people to keep coming back to the garden, whether it's once a month or a couple of times during the growing season, and then come again in the winter to see what we're doing during the holiday season. You know, it's a great institution that has a lot of offerings for the community, and we just want people to be a part of that.